one is not. So let's see. Um, so these are the two things. One of them is a sentence, one of them is not a sentence. Which one of them is a sentence? Which of them is not a sentence? That's my question. The first one or the second one?
First one.
So the first one.
You're answering what? कौन सा sentence है? First one sentence है कि second one?
Yes. First one
First one
sentence.
sentence, sir.
Sentence.
First is a sentence, okay. Second is not a sentence कि second भी है? Everyone, this question is from everyone. Are both of them sentences or only one of them sentence or none of them is a sentence?
Sir, good evening.
Good evening.
So I think second is also a sentence because we use who, youngster who drive.
Okay. So Nuria says both of them are sentences. What about others?
Both are sentences, sir.
Both are sentences, okay.
For me, I feel youngsters, the second sentence not complete. Something is going to say more like that.
Okay, the second is not a sentence then in your opinion. It's not a complete thing. So it's not a sentence, okay?
Complete.
Okay, good.
But-
What about others?
But first one is an incomplete sentence. Youngster drive trucks this. I think it's an incomplete sentence. Not
This one
dependent.
is incomplete.
Yeah, I think youngster drive trucks this.
Okay, got it. Okay, now let's see which one is a sentence, which one is no. Okay, so yes, Shubham, what you said is absolutely correct. Second is not a sentence. The first is a sentence. Now let me explain why. Okay, any sentence to be complete needs a verb. The second does not have a verb. See, first one, I'm saying youngsters. That is my subject. What are they doing? They drive trucks. So my verb is drive. Okay. In the second case, my subject is youngsters who drive trucks. I'm not saying they did anything. They're not doing anything. I'm taking youngsters. Like for example, let me take another sentence for making it clear. Youngsters who are in 10th standard. Now they're not doing anything. These are youngsters who are in 10th standard. That's it. Nothing else. I have not said anything that they do. They're not doing anything. There's no verb here. So the second and third. Sorry. Okay. So the second and third one are not sentences because we don't have an action. There's no action in them. Okay. So the first is a complete sentence. The second and third are not complete. And this is something that you need to learn. Okay. Any doubts, anyone here?
Sir, but it does have meaning. This second one, it does have a meaning.
What is the meaning?
Who drives trucks and some, they are doing drive, they are doing
No.
something. I mean, they
I'm
drive
no,
truck.
they're not driving. I'm just okay. I'm saying youngsters who drive trucks. They're not driving trucks. I'm taking one category of people. What is my people? I don't want to talk about all youngsters. Nuria, I only want to talk about those youngsters who do what? Who normally do what?
Drive trucks?
Yeah, but now think here, are they doing anything right now? Are they doing anything in this sentence? No.
No.
I've not taken all the youngsters. I've taken one category of youngsters. I have taken those youngsters who drive trucks. Now let's say what do? They sleep very little. Now they're doing something. What are they doing? They sleep. And how much do they sleep? They sleep very little. Now it's a complete sentence. Now they're doing something. What are they doing? They're sleeping very little. Before that, they were not doing anything. I was just taking a category of people. I'm not talking about all youngsters. I only want to talk about those youngsters who drive trucks. You get my point?
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
okay. So do you think let me say, okay. Do you think rich people are happy? I'm going to make this. It's not true, but let's just take it. Rich people are
At some
happy.
point, yeah.
Okay.
At
Is it
some
clear?
point, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to say the same thing. People who are rich are happy. Now let's remove this part. Let's end it here. Is it a complete sentence? People who are rich.
No, sir.
No. So I did the
No,
same thing
sir.
here. I did the same thing here. See, I'm not talking about all youngsters. I'm talking about which youngsters who drive.
Trucks.
Trucks.
Here, I'm not talking about all people. I'm talking about which people who are.
Rich.
Now I'm going to say are happy.
So drive in here is used as adjective, not as a verb, yeah?
It's used as a yes, it's used as an adjective. Yes, it's describing the people. People who drive trucks. You get the point?
Yeah.
Not a verb.
Yeah, I get it.
You get it? Very good. You understood it now. Everyone, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, why am I teaching this sentence to all of you? Now, let's listen. When I'm going to cover, I started here because some students were joining, so we had a little bit of time. So when I make my sentence, I'm going to make a sentence like this. Those who believe that let's take this question. Government should spend money on building trains and railway lines to reduce traffic congestion. So I'm going to say those who believe that government should invest in trains and subway lines to reduce traffic. Okay. Those who believe that government should invest in trains and subway lines to reduce traffic. Now, some of my students put a full stop here. And I wanted to tell you, this is not a complete sentence. This is just people who believe this. Now, what are they going to say? They're going to give the following reasons. So my point for covering this whole thing is, do not skip this part when I teach you something, when you make this sentence. So those who believe that government should invest in trains and subway lines to reduce traffic, give the following reasons. Without this, the sentence is incomplete. Do you understand why I taught that? Because this who part is not the verb. This believe is not a verb. It's an adjective. Those who believe. Like it's characterizing the people, those who believe this. It's not a full sentence. The verb is give the following reasons. Now they're giving these reasons. Is it clear what I taught here, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
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 Yes? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
now let's do the format for this essay. Okay, I believe this is now, I'll remove this part. Let's do the format. This was the grammar part. It's not going to be needed anymore. That's all that I needed to teach you. I hope it is clear. And for this part, for this grammar part, nothing else is needed here. Okay, so let's do this format. Okay, so we have a discuss essay. So every discuss essay has 3 questions. Okay, the first 2 questions from you are discuss both the sides. So whatever you believe, you might not agree with the first side. There are 2 sides. First of all, understand what's a discuss essay. In a discuss essay, there are 2 sides. Some people believe something, other people believe something else. For example, here, some people believe that the government should spend on trains and subway lines to reduce traffic. Other people believe that building more and wider roads are better way to reduce traffic. So some people are in favor of what? They are in favor of trains. Other people are in favor of roads. That's it. That's the topic. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Now, we have to discuss both the views. We may not agree with either of them. We may say no, both of them are bad solutions. Whatever we believe doesn't matter. But we have to discuss both the views. We have no option. See, this is what I want to teach you. In an agree disagree essay, if you agree, you don't need to write any points for disagree. You are not going to talk about any point why you disagree, because you are not disagreeing at all. You are agreeing. But in a discuss essay, even if you agree with the first side and not the second side, you have to discuss both the sides. Okay, is this clear? The difference between an agree disagree essay and a discuss essay. In an agree disagree essay, if you agree, you write only agree. In a discuss essay, even if you don't agree with the first side, you have to write points for that also, and you have to write point for the second side also. There is no option with you. Okay. The third question in the discuss essay is give your opinion. Now I'll take a very simple essay to explain what are our options. Let's see. Now this is an essay in your book. Some people believe that TV is the best source of news. Others believe radio is the best source of news. It should be the best. Okay. So there are two people. One group is saying TV is the best source of news. The other group is saying radio is the best source of news. So you can agree with the first side. You can also say, yes, I agree with the first side. I also believe TV is the best source of news. Or you can agree with the latter one. You can say, I agree with the second half. And I can say that radio is the best source of news. You can do that. Or you can have a third opinion. You can have your own opinion, which is completely different. Like you can say, I believe internet is the best source of news. Your opinion can be totally different from the first side and second side. Let me give another example. Like we have an essay. First side is nowadays it's necessary to complete at least primary education. One side says that. Second side says that it is necessary to complete at least senior secondary or secondary education. Now, you know what I wrote in this essay, what was my opinion? So I thought my opinion was neither with the first side nor with the second side. I believe in today's time, tertiary education is also must. Like you have to go for college at least. You need at least college degree. Only with 10th and plus 2, you cannot do anything. So you need at least a college degree also in today's time. So what you're understanding, you're getting what I'm trying to say here. What are the three questions asked from you? You have to answer three things. You have to discuss both the sides, and then you have to give your opinion. Your opinion may agree with the first side, you may agree with the second side, or you may have a completely different opinion as well. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's discuss how will we go about it. Okay. So first of all, you have to think when you attempt this essay, you have to think about your opinion. What do you think? Because the essay depends upon that, and then you have to give your opinion in the very introduction as well. Now look at this essay, and I want everyone to think what are they thinking? What should the government do? So one, should the government construct trains, or the government should spend more on roads, like making better roads, wider roads? What do you think the government should spend money on for reducing traffic? What do you think? What's your opinion? What are you thinking? What will you think? You can take your time, no hurries. But I'm going to ask you the reason for it. So it should not be in the air. So you're going to tell me no, I think roads is better. Then I'm going to ask you why. Why are roads better than train systems? So what are you thinking? Anyone can answer. Sorry, I think my internet was on. Did anyone say something?
Sir,
Yes,
Sir, for my view,
Okay, why farmer? Can you explain? Give me the reasoning. Why trains?
It is easy to, it is affordable for every person.
Okay, so you're saying trains are more affordable for the common man. So, okay, okay.
Sir, I think both are not good ideas.
Both are not. What is your idea?
I think government should promote public transportation and make it convenient. And
What is
uh,
train?
train is, oh yes, sir, yes, sir.
Train is
They
public.
should strict the rules and regulations.
ट्रेन तो बनानी पड़ेगी ना पहले रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन से ट्रैफिक तो नहीं कम होगा
Okay.
ओके
Sir, yeah.
यस
For according to me, former one is more convenient for the people because the building train and the subway lines helps taking it can increase the number of people and decrease the congestion in the road and moreover the money less charge if we consider in the train and then the another side the widening of the roads causes some people to lose their lands or houses so that it is disturbing the common people so that better to use the trains and subway lines to
ओके
help the
गुड
people.
गुड ओके now I'll give you two opinions. I have two views here. So my first opinion is जिस स्पीड से ट्रैफिक बढ़ रहा है ना the government has to do both. The one solution is not enough. If the government really wants to reduce traffic, it has to do both the things. It has to build train and subway lines as well as construct more and wider roads because the traffic is increasing at a very large speed. So the government needs to do both the actions, needs to take both the steps to reduce traffic. Is this opinion clear? And why are
Yes.
both steps necessary?
Sir, in the third paragraph, our opinion, like this, sir told, both side we can accept like that.
Yeah.
First paragraph, and second paragraph, and third paragraph.
I'm only discussing my opinion right now. So I'm going to say both.
Okay.
Both has to be done. Now
Ah,
I can also
okay.
now my opinion is going to be different. Now I'm going to take one-sided opinion. So in that case, my opinion is the government should construct train and subway lines. Why? First of all, trains and subway lines are more eco-friendly than cars. So it would reduce pollution as well. So not only would that step reduce traffic congestion, but it will also be good for the environment. In fact, building more roads would lead to more pollution. So it would create problems as well. So because more people will use cars then, it might not actually reduce traffic, it might even increase traffic because if we build more roads, more people will get it will be incentive to buy more cars. So I think it can be counterproductive as well. And it is not eco-friendly. Cars are not good for the environment. So that is why I'm in the favor of train and subway lines because they're eco-friendly. They don't cause pollution. They cause less pollution because they run on electricity. Trains normally run on electricity. And so for me, that is better. So I gave you two opinions. I can choose anything that I want. Your opinion is also fine, whatever you said. Like trains are more affordable for people. That's a good solution. That is why I support trains. Anything is fine, but you need to be clear. Whatever you want to say, you have to choose your opinion. You have to think about your opinion like this. Is it clear? Along with the reason, not without
Sir,
reason. Yes.
सर कैन आई से दैट रिड्यूस जैसे हम लोग लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस इजीली ट्रैवल कर सकते हैं ट्रेन से
Huh? Oh,
इसीलिए
yeah, you can say that, but traffic long distance पे तो होता ही नहीं है. Traffic कहाँ पे ज्यादा होता है? Within the cities, right?
यस
Yes. So understand that point as well कि वो वहाँ पे बात हो रही है. Like within the cities. Because between the cities there are already the traffic
Yes.
is not that much anyways. Is it clear? So
यस
understand this is also important. What is important? Reducing.
Traffic.
Yeah, right. We are taking this step to reduce congestion. What is better for congestion? Reducing congestion. Okay. I could have also taken the side of roads because I believe in the future more people will have cars. So even if the government invests in trains, it would not reduce traffic because the number of cars are increasing. More and more people are affording their cars. People don't prefer traveling by public transportation. People will prefer by traveling with their own vehicle. So I think it's better to invest in roads because I don't think it is possible to make people switch to public transport. Is it clear? I'm just
Yes.
telling you, you can have any opinion. It just needs to be supported by a reason. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. कोई गलत नहीं होता. You can choose anything. Okay. So now I've thought of my opinion. I'm going to go with both the steps. We are going to take both the steps. So let's begin. So first I do what? I give one side. It is believed by some. That's my introduction. Now I'm teaching you. It is believed by some that governments should invest in invest in building trains and subway lines. Anyway, anyone, what are subway lines?
The train,
Which train?
like, uh, the speed train.
No, subway.
Sir, underground railway system.
Yes, underground. Subway, submarine. Sub means below the ground. Okay, so it is a train system, but underground train system. So subway lines are like that, like we have in Delhi, like old Delhi. So it is believed by some that government should invest in building trains and subway lines to reduce traffic congestion, while others hold the opinion that government should rather government should instead invest in um, constructing more roads and widening them. I've written both the views. Does anyone have a problem here?
No, sir.
That's it. You're just writing it like that. You're writing two views. Okay. If you want to do this in short, you can also say it like that. People are divided on the issue whether government should invest in constructing trains and subway lines or constructing more and widening roads. So you could have also said that people are divided on the issue that should come that whether whether government should invest in constructing drains and subway lines or constructing more and widening roads to reduce traffic. Both the ways have the same meaning and you can do it in either way. So I normally prefer the first one because here sometimes sentence formation goes wrong. So anyways, after you've done this, one sentence that you can add in this essay, I'll discuss both the views. Here students also write, I intend to discuss both the views. It's your wish. I want to say, even if you miss this line, it's not a big difference. So this is not a compulsory line. Just hold on one second. Okay. So this is not a compulsory line. If you want, you can write it. If you don't want, you can even skip this line. Okay. After that, you're going to give your opinion. So my opinion, I'm going with the first one that I explained, or I'll show you both. I believe that government should do both. Should both focus on roads and railways to deal with the problem of So here, my opinion is completely different from both of them. I'm saying that the government should do both. So here, I'll write that. Here, some students like to write, I personally believe that. You can do that if you want. So that is fine. Okay. This is one option. The second option is you can agree with the first side or the second side. So I'm going to do that as well for you. So let me just copy paste this so that we can do both. We can cover it up both ways. So in the second case, I'm going to agree with the train lines because I believe it is good for the environment. And roads are not good for the environment because trains are more eco-friendly. So I support investing in trains and subway lines as they are more eco-friendly than um roads. Then what will we write here? Then the road transport. Then road transport. Okay, so that is what I'd say here. So I'm supporting the first side here. I'm supporting trains and subway lines. Here, some students find it difficult to paraphrase this, and they write, however, I agree with the former side, or they can say latter side for the second view. So you can do that. Now, before we move forward, you all need to be very clear till now. So I am pausing here, and you need to understand what I did here. So till this, our opinion is literally the same. We are writing the same thing. Our introduction is literally the same. There's no difference. After this, it is our opinion. Now, in the first case, I gave you an example where my opinion is a mixed bag. So I'm agreeing with both the sides, or I'm giving a different side. I'm saying government should do both. I personally believe that government should both focus on roads and railways. ये both की जगह गलत हो गई. Should focus on both roads and railways to deal with the problem of traffic. So this is my first opinion. Like this is the first essay type that I wrote, like first case scenario, where my opinion is different from the first side and second side. Now let's look at the second one. In the second one, I'm agreeing with the first side. So I prefer what trains. So I support investing in trains and subway lines as they're more eco-friendly than road transport. However, if you find this difficult, if you find it difficult to paraphrase it like that, you can just say, however, I agree with the former side. If you agree with the first side, and you can write, I agree with the latter side if you agree with the second side. So that's what you will be doing here. So any doubts here? Now let me know before I move forward.
No, sir.
No, sir.
While like rebuilding trains and subway lines is a way of reducing, I also believe building more is equally important. It's good, but Channa, when we have both sides are equally important, right? It's not an ideal situation to use while. Otherwise, it's making sense. So I'm nitpicking. I think what you're saying is fine. I also believe there's going to be no comma after also. That's one
Okay,
mistake. Otherwise, it's fine. Perfectly fine what you wrote.
sure,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. I'm nitpicking. It's making complete sense. Okay. Okay. So anyone else? Anything else? Anything you're not clear with till now? Any questions? See, then I'm going to give you a homework. You have to write and फिर उसमें गलत नहीं लिखना है. So my point, अभी if you don't ask questions now, you send me tasks which increase my checking time. So you ask me questions now and write it like that. So if you have any doubts, please let me know right now what I did here. If you're confused anywhere, please ask. Okay, then shall we move forward? Everyone clear?
Sir, it's clear.
Okay, so first body paragraph, I'm going to start like this. On the one hand, there are certain reasons why a few people support the idea of investing in trains and subway lines to reduce traffic problems. That's it. Basically, you're giving the reason. Now, this sentence is really important because the examiner would not know whether you're discussing roads here or trains and subway lines. So you have to write it like this. And there are few things that you need to understand, a few things that are really important. Okay, so some students do this. They skip this part. Now let me just underline this, and they're going to read it like that. They're going to write this. There are certain reasons why investing in trains and subway lines should reduce traffic problems. There are certain reasons why investing in trains and subway lines should reduce traffic problems is important like this. Now this is wrong. Why? Because if you don't mention why a few people support the idea, then the examiner would think this is our opinion. But this is not our opinion. This is just one side. We're giving the opinion of people who support investing in trains. Our opinion may not necessarily be the same. That we are going to cover in the third body paragraph. So be sure to write why a few people's definitely here. Second, I don't want you to use the word many here. Only certain or some reasons. That's the word I would want you to prefer, because if you write many, then automatically it becomes you support this side in some sense. So just write certain reasons or some reasons. Don't write many. And ultimately, you're going to give only two reasons. So many doesn't look nice, anyways. So use either the word certain or some reasons and write it like that. Now, anyone has a question what I did here, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll move forward.
सर कितने रीजन लिख सकते हैं मतलब इसमें?
दो ही लिखता हूँ मैं.
Okay.
One each side, two. I think that's enough. For the length of essay you are supposed to write, I think more than two would be foolishness. Just two is enough. With proper explanation though. Is that fine?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then we are going to give the reasons. So I normally write to begin with and in it.
ഇവിടുത്തെ സുന്ദരികൾ.
So that's what I do here. And I give my two reasons.
Yes.
The first reason.
That side you close? Yes. Okay.
Okay, so the first reason and the second reason. Now, quickly, would anyone tell me why subway lines, trains, and subway lines? Anyone?
Sir, sorry, say again. What is the question?
Well, give me points. Why trains are better? Why should the government invest in trains? Can you give me some reasons quickly?
Eco-friendly.
Sir,
Okay.
first it's eco-friendly
Yes.
and
Another.
it's convenient, comfortable,
Time
Acha,
saving.
Cheap as well.
एक
Sir,
minute.
cost effective.
Okay, wait 1 second. Okay, Jasmine, car is more comfortable or train?
the car, yeah, sir, cars are comfortable, but मतलब फिर भी सर अगर कार की कंपैरिजन में ट्रेन
अच्छा
ज्यादा
कहीं जाना हो तो what is more convenient for you, car or train?
सर अगर बाय इजी टू करना है तो फिर कार फिर
फिर ये पॉइंट अच्छा नहीं हुआ ना, बिकॉज थिंक ऑफ द पॉइंट. ट्रेन
लेकिन सर ये भी है ना कि अगर हम ट्रेन से जाते हैं तो लेस पोल्यूशन होता है.
वो तो पॉइंट हो गया इको फ्रेंडली, वो पॉइंट पे
इको
नहीं
फ्रेंडली,
मैं
यस सर.
ठीक है. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द सेकंड पॉइंट. यू सेड इट्स
इजीली अफोर्डेबल टिकट.
इजीली अफोर्डेबल और सर मतलब कि टाइम से मतलब कि
Time saving.
टाइम सेविंग.
टाइम से पहुंचा देती है सर. जैसे कि अगर हम कार में जाते हैं तो कभी बाय रोड जाते हैं तो सर हमें कभी ट्रैफिक मिलता है मतलब कभी मिल जाता है, कभी हम स्टक हो जाते हैं कहीं पे.
okay, I agree with that, but that is not always right, and even trains can be late, like for example in case of fog in North India.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
in
Yeah.
that time.
Okay,
Another important one, the train can take a number of people compared to car or other public
Yes, sir.
transport.
Yeah.
okay, so train it's a public transport, like, so it can
Ah.
cover, it can take a lot more people. Okay, any other reason why trains?
Sir, efficiency and speed.
Yes, that is a good point. Trains are much faster than cars.
Yes, sir.
And today people prioritize speed. Is it clear? All people care about, China. The bullet train system is so good. Like people
Yes.
live so far away, they reach like 300, 400 kilometers in 1 hour.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Mm.
have you heard about that?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So I would say like trains are faster is another big advantage. So we'll go with that. Trains are faster. And the second reason, what you said, they are more eco-friendly. Okay.
Eco-friendly.
Okay, done. Now let's talk about the second paragraph. Let's come there. Um, so the first reason, this and trains are fast, and today people prefer speed. Okay, let's come to the other side. On the other hand, those who believe that government should construct wider roads, more roads, and also widen roads, give the following reason. Now, I covered that at the beginning with you. The way to write this, I hope you write it perfectly. Give the following reasons. You don't. Firstly and secondly. Again, two reasons. Okay.
Firstly, the number of cars will increase according to the number of they will widening the roads. The number of car will increase and it causes air pollution.
But here we are supporting cars. Give me reasons for support of cars.
सर जैसे
Supporting. Okay.
जाम होते हैं वो रिड्यूस हो जाएंगे जैसे ट्रैफिक
Okay.
में फंस
So,
जाते हैं
okay.
Public
So,
transport.
okay, one by one. Okay, Jashan, say it again.
सर जैसे ट्रैफिक में जो लोग फंस जाते हैं वो रिड्यूस हो जाएगा अगर वाइड रोड्स बन जाएंगी तो
Okay.
Mm.
So, very good. So, a lot of people travel by cars today. And even if government construct trains, I think they'll still prefer to travel by
Car.
car.
कार
So I think the best way to reduce traffic congestion would be constructing more roads and widening roads. Is it clear?
यस
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And okay, any other reason why cars?
They can travel at any time at their convenient time.
Yeah, sir.
Cars are more
And
convenient.
also,
Cars are more convenient.
वो
Yes.
कन्वीनियंट
Mm.
Okay.
sir, it's very
Okay.
easier for
Six.
any emergency if you go any like
Yes. Okay. Cars are
sometimes
more
of
convenient for
emergency.
emergencies also.
Mm.
But let's start think from the point of view of from the government. What's cheaper to construct? What's cheaper to do?
So, can we also write like
Routes.
if we construct more roads, it will help the government to increase the economy of the country because जितने भी out of station हमारे पास जैसे import export आता है तो we can just the people will go to the cities as well to
But
make
that will go
business, you
by
know.
trains as well. That will happen if the government invests in trains as well.
Sir, but maintenance cost is lesser for building a train and subways. Roads we have to
ट्रेन्स की
keep
ज्यादा है
them.
कि उसकी ज्यादा है रोड्स की ज्यादा है
सर
मेंटेनेंस
ट्रेन ट्रेन की
Sir,
ज्यादा
Train
होगी
की
बार
ज्यादा.
बार डालना पड़ता है ना.
trains is much more maintenance cost they
यस
Yes.
सर
Sir,
right
building more and wider roads are cheaper for
yes
governments
it's much more cheaper it's much more
because
cheaper
yes.
right
If
why
you
doesn't the government
construct
construct trains so much because it's very costly it's not a practical solution especially where the population is less
Increasing. Oh, less. So.
less
Mm.
जहाँ पे पॉपुलेशन कम है वहां पे ट्रेन सूटेबल नहीं होती है बिकॉज फॉर द ट्रेन की कॉस्ट पूरी होने के लिए मिनिमम दिस मनी नंबर ऑफ पीपल शुड ट्रैवल नहीं तो ट्रेन इज वेरी एक्सपेंसिव नहीं तो गवर्नमेंट के लिए ट्रेन चलाना वेरी कॉस्टली पड़ जाता है डू यू गेट द पॉइंट व्हाई इज दिल्ली मेट्रो सो सक्सेसफुल व्हाट्स द रीजन मेजर रीजन एनीवन
क्योंकि पॉपुलेशन बहुत
Easy,
ज्यादा है
accessible and convenient
Population
Very good.
ज्यादा
You
है.
understood what I was saying. Delhi has a huge population. If Delhi's
population.
population was less, it would not run because then the government would have to increase the ticket prices, and then even less people would have traveled, and it would not be a success story. So the population of Delhi is making trains and subway lines a success. Metro. Okay. Anyways, the 2 points I'll go here with is because I think many people prefer traveling by cars over trains. So that is why I believe if we really want to reduce traffic congestion, we should focus on widening roads. Is it clear? Because
Yes,
people
sir.
prefer cars over trains. I prefer car over train if I want to go somewhere short distance. I agree, long distance I prefer trains, but that's how many times I'm going to go with for a long distance. That's very rarely. Okay, and this is not these trains are not about like from city to city. These trains are talking about within the city. Do you understand? Because traffic congestion is a problem, not traffic congestion is a problem within cities. It's not a problem between cities. Do you agree with that?
Yes,
रश
sir.
कहाँ मिलता है ट्रैफिक का रश कहाँ मिलता है सिटी के अंदर के दो शहरों के बीच में
सिटी के
सिटी के अंदर सर।
सिटी के अंदर तो ये विद इन द सिटी वाली बात हो रही है डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट ये लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस की बात हो ही नहीं रही है सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अंडरस्टैंड दैट तो यहाँ पे आई पीपल प्रेफर ट्रैवलिंग बाय व्हाट per
कार्स।
car. So I think of the focus should be that. And secondly, constructing roads and maintaining roads is a lot cheaper than trains and
सबवे लाइंस।
subway lines. Is it clear?
यस सर।
Okay. Okay. Subway lines, so I don't think you even know they have to plant exhausts because there needs to be air circulation, there is risk of fire, अंदर आग लग जाए, emergency routes बनाने पड़ते हैं. I don't know, I can't even tell you how many extra precautions they have to take when they construct subway lines. It's not cheap and it's not easy. Okay. So now this would be my second opinion. Done. The second side done. Now you're going to give your opinion. So I'm going to start by saying, in my opinion, that would be my paragraph. And then I'm going to write my points for my opinion, which is what the government should do both. Because जिस speed से traffic, population and traffic बढ़ रहा है, if the government doesn't do both, I don't think traffic problem can be solved. Is it clear? Because the number of cars are increasing at a very fast rate. The population is also increasing. The government needs to do both. Is it clear? That's my solution. I
Yes,
know
sir.
you might not agree with that. That might not be true for certain countries. It's okay. But I'm saying दोनों करो, दोनों काम करो. So अब दिल्ली में दोनों चीजें नहीं हो रही. The government is constructing flyovers. Do you agree?
Yes.
And the government is also investing in a metro system. Same in Chandigarh. I live very close to Chandigarh. So the government is doing both. The government is constructing flyovers as well, and the government is also constructing the metro system. It started planning the
Metro.
metro system. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Well, I think both should be done. That's my belief because the traffic is increasing at an enormous speed. So that's what I would write here. And I'll give my reasoning because traffic is increasing at such a speed. One step is not sufficient to deal with the traffic problem. एक स्टेप लेने से ट्रैफिक प्रॉब्लम से हम सफिशिएंट नहीं है हमें दोनों चीजें करनी पड़ेगी अगर हमने ट्रैफिक को एक्चुअल में खत्म करना है डू यू एग्री
Yes, sir.
okay
Yes,
now
sir.
let's come to our conclusion in the conclusion you're going to do nothing but repeat your opinion so I would like to reiterate that the government should do both the government should construct railway lines as well as construct more roads and widen roads to address the problem of traffic. That's it,
Traffic.
nothing else. So government has to do both. That's what I'm going to end up writing here. Okay, now anyone has a doubt here, let me know. ये मेरा पूरा essay है. See, my points can be different from your points. I'm not saying your points are wrong. They're just different. We are not talking about points here. Points हमारे different हो सकते हैं. It's okay. Let's not discuss the points. Let's discuss the pattern first. If you have any problems with the patterns, let me know. How many paragraphs did I end up writing? First of all, tell me. The first one, introduction. Then 3 body paragraphs. First for the first side, second for the second side, third for my opinion, and then the conclusion. So actually 5 paragraphs, introduction, conclusion, and 3 body paragraphs. Is it clear? Now,
Yes, sir.
another doubt that some of my students have is, so in my opinion, also you're giving your opinion. In conclusion, you're also giving your opinion. Isn't it repetition? Yes, it is repetition. Please understand, conclusion is always the repetition of your opinion. Conclusion में कभी नई बात नहीं लिखते हैं. Conclusion is always a repetition. There has to be repetition. It is a repetition. If I search what makes a good introduction, you'll see that it has to have a repetition. It will say that it should have a future scope, but an IELTS essay is a very short essay. In a short essay, we cannot give solutions for the future. That is not our job. We are not going to discuss that. We are just going to give our opinion and leave it at that. Okay. The difference between the third paragraph and the conclusion paragraph is that in the third paragraph, we have the reasoning for our opinion, whereas in the conclusion, we just have our opinion. So, for example, let me write like this. In my opinion, the government needs to do both, needs to take both the steps if it really wants to address traffic problems. Okay. The rate at which traffic
One more piece in there. We will check.
neither step alone, कोई भी step, none of the steps alone would be sufficient to deal with traffic. But many cities like Delhi, which have taken both the steps, are still facing traffic problems. Do you understand this? Do you understand what I wrote here? Yes or no?
Yes.
मैंने कहा जिन्होंने बहुत दोनों चीजें करी हैं उनमें भी क्या अभी क्या प्रॉब्लम है वो भी अभी क्या फेस कर रहे हैं
Traffic
Problems.
problems.
तो फिर दोनों के अगर एक करोगे फिर क्या हाल होता दोनों करने पे भी ट्रैफिक नहीं सॉल्व हुआ अच्छे से तो एक करने से कैसे होना था इज इट क्लियर दैट्स इट doesn't need to be a very long paragraph a short paragraph is fine sufficient yeah okay any other doubts
So
okay
if
No,
we're
sir.
writing like firstly and secondly, we're writing 2 points in each paragraph on one hand and other hand. But
yes
if we have to write an example, like for instance, China in 19 this, like if we're writing any future or past example in it, either we have to remove one example, one reason, or we can write it as well.
Now, Maria, an example is an example of a point. For example, ये second
Yeah.
point. Second point का example होगा. For example, let's say our point for trains was कि क्या कम हुआ क्या इको फ्रेंडली है ठीक है तो हम क्या बोल सकते हैं कि दिल्ली में जैसे मेट्रो आने के बाद जो ट्रैफिक जो पोल्यूशन है वो लेवल बहुत क्या हुआ है कम हुआ है सी योर एग्जांपल वुड बी व्हाट दैट पोल्यूशन इन दिल्ली हैज डिक्रीज्ड आफ्टर द कमिंग ऑफ मेट्रो इज इट क्लियर
Yes.
Now, that example is of the point that you gave earlier. The point was trains are more eco-friendly than like Beijing. Let's
Uh,
take the example of
roads.
Beijing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Beijing, 10 years back, Beijing was an awful city. Huge pollution problem. Today, Beijing doesn't have any pollution problem. It's one of the best cities to live in today. And how did they tackle it? One of the ways was these train systems. They have such good train systems. People don't have their own cars in Beijing anymore. They prefer to travel by cars. That could be the example. But example ऊपर वाले point की होगी. Example ऐसे नहीं होगा. Example is not replacing the point. Example is like an explanation for the point. Is it clear? Point को
Yes,
आगे.
sir. But we're writing two. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, sorry, repeat.
Like I was saying, we're writing 2 points here, na? Eco-friendly.
हाँ,
We can write like cost-effective, but
हाँ.
either we can write only one point and one reason, example. That's what I'm trying to say.
नहीं 2 points होगी एग्जाम्पल दोनों में से एक पॉइंट की एग्जाम्पल हो सकती है एग्जाम्पल
Okay.
इन इटसेल्फ इज नॉट अ पॉइंट एग्जाम्पल डजंट जस्टिफाई कि पॉइंट ही खा जाना है तो एक पॉइंट
ठीक है.
और उस पॉइंट का एग्जाम्पल फिर एक और पॉइंट 2 points an example will not
Wow.
replace the point example is the explanation of the point is it does that make sense
Yes, sir.
everyone
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Got
Yes,
it.
sir.
Thank you.
Second paragraph, sir.
Yes. Sorry.
Second paragraph, how it will come. Second paragraph.
On
This
the
on the other hand.
On the other hand, those who believe that the government, just hold on, those who believe that the government should construct more this thing. So we write that, construct more roads and also widen the roads, give the following reasons, and then you're going to give your two reasons, reason number one and reason number two. That's it. This give the following reasons is important. Don't skip that because I told you those sentence doesn't get use doesn't get over without this part. So students skip it. Just the 2 points. Why roads? Nothing else. Those who believe roads, why do you have to give their reasons? Like one reason we said is roads are more cost effective. So trains are not suitable with cities with low population. Do you get the point? Roads
Yes.
are much cost effective and they are easier to maintain, cheaper to maintain. So trains are not suitable with cities for cities with low population. You know, Amritsar in my country had a proposal for a train metro system. That proposal was taken back just for one reason. Amritsar doesn't have a large enough population to support it. If the population of Amritsar was large, the plan would have went forward. So they dropped the plan in the middle. Okay. So, and then you give the second point. You can say roads. The second point is people still prefer, even if the government spends on trains, I think many people will still prefer to travel by cars. And so I think widening and constructing roads is still important. Moreover, even to go to railway stations, people need to travel by their own cars. So roads are really important. So that needs to be worked upon anyways. Okay. Any other doubts here?
No, sir.
Okay. Now I'm going to change my opinion. I'm going to take the second opinion where you favor what? कौन से वाला opinion? मेरा opinion बदल जाता है. I'm agreeing with the first side. I'm favoring what? Trains.
First opinion, former opinion.
Yeah.
Train.
So now you have to give me one reason here also. So I'll write, in my opinion, government should focus on rail
Bah.
and subway lines instead of roads. Okay. Now, first of all, when you're supporting the first idea, make sure you have 3 points. 2 points you're writing here. You've already written 2 points here. But 1 point you should have extra. See, that is really important. You cannot go 2-2 because then it'll be balanced out. You're supporting the first side. So at least 1 point should be extra for that one. So what I'm going to do here, please look at that because it's really important. I'm going to write apart from the reasons mentioned above. Because you've already mentioned 2 reasons why the government should invest in railway lines. Then you give your third point here. So basically, you give a continuity to your essay. You have given 2 points here. Now you've said, I also believe that the government should invest in rail and subway lines. And now you're continuing with your third point. You're giving one more point. For example, another advantage of train. Now let's take the point of Rennie, that it's public transportation. And thus it's really better. More people can travel by trains as compared to like road transport and anyway. And also there are less chances of accidents by trains. You can say that. So, like you have another point, you can write it like that. Less chances of accident by train. So that's why I prefer and all that. And I also believe like people can do other things like while traveling by trains. That is why I think trains will become more popular in the future and all that you can say. And they're more convenient. And if you want to explain comfortable also, you can explain like people can walk about. If you write any point, just give explanation for that. Trains are comfortable as people can walk about and all that. So whatever you write your third point here. This should be different from the first 2 points you mentioned here. If you're agreeing with one of the sides. And then finally, you're going to repeat your opinion in conclusion. That's the only change that we are making here. Now, Any confusions? Because I know I did some things really quickly. If you have any confusions, let me know in this part. Do you understand this thing that I did apart from the reasons mentioned above and why I did that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. 2 points you've already mentioned here. You are also agreeing with this. Third point you're going to mention here.
So in second paragraph, we should write about the opposite.
Sorry,
No,
repeat.
I mean, two paragraph we should about something that we prefer. On the second paragraph, we should write about. Third one is we should write about the
Yeah,
opposite one.
in a way, but it's one and third paragraph. So first we write on the one hand, then we write the second side, and then we give our opinion, which is agreeing with the first side again. So you're right, but they're not together. Is that clear?
Yeah,
There's
but
a gap in the middle.
when we are going to partial, we write that kind. But when we are prefer
Oh,
one thing over something, but
yes,
how we can write?
we are not writing partial. We prefer one thing, right? We are taking one side. We are going one side. See, first we discuss the first side. Clear? Then we discuss the
Second.
then we say, they're asking the second question, what do you agree with? Then we say, we also agree with the first side. So we're just
Uh-huh.
answering, and then we're giving some more points here.
But the paragraph structure doesn't have any difference. Yeah,
No,
I
no
understand.
difference. No difference in the
Yeah,
paragraph structure. First side, then the second side, then our opinion. Our opinion can be different. Our opinion can agree with the first side, or our opinion can
yeah,
agree
yeah.
with the second side. Is it clear? There's
Yeah.
no structural
It's
difference in the body paragraphs. See, they asked
okay.
you questions like this, right? They said, discuss both the views. So first you're going to discuss both the views. And then in the third paragraph, you're giving your opinion. You're not changing the structure. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah, understand.
How long should one paragraph be? Ideally, one paragraph should be about 60 to 70 words. That means 4 to 5 sentences. Basically, I say one sentence, which you wrote here, and then like 1 point should be about 2 sentences. So you write a point and then explanation, two sentences. So another 2 sentences here, like that. Let me remove this, then we'll talk. Okay, so about 60 to 70 words. So basically 5 sentences. 5 sentences, how? This is the first sentence. Then you give 1 point and its explanation, that's 2 sentences. Then you give the second point and explanation, 2 sentences. So total 5 sentences. Five, five, five. So 15 sentences. That comes about like, that will take your length to around 200 to 10. I think 15 sentences, an average length of one sentence, if I take to be 15 words, one sentence from 10 to 15 words, that would take your length for the body paragraphs to about 225, 200 to 225. Then you have your introduction and your conclusion, and that should wrap it up around 280 words. And even if it's a little shorter, your third BP, so you end up at 200, that's fine. 200, 40 words introduction, 20 words conclusion, 260. Your length will cross 250 easily. No worries. So I would say 3 body paragraphs, try to go just above 200. That's fine. Just try to cross the 200 mark in the 3 body paragraphs. That comes to about 60 to 70 words. 17 to 3 is 210. So around 70 words is fine. Sorry. Any other doubts? Is this essay clear? Discuss essay. See, I want to tell you something. ये वाला essay है जिसमें मेरे maximum students के 7.5 and 8 bands आते हैं. And I'll tell you this reason, like my maximum students score 7.5 and 8 because a lot of institutes don't make you write this third paragraph. They say ये third तो हो ही गया. First में ही हो गया. Please understand, if you want to really score above 7, develop this habit of writing the third paragraph. I promise you, this will definitely help you. you'll score better than your other students who don't write this paragraph. This gives a lot of clarity and it says you're clear. You're writing all the three questions asked to you. First side, second side, my opinion. All three. Done. Okay. Any other doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Yes, which essay? The government should spend more money on medical research to protect citizens' health rather than protecting the environment. To what extent? For this type of answer, more essay should I argue that one side is more important, that both should be given equal importance. I think you can say both should be given equal importance as well. No, you can write partial, completely balanced, 50-50, completely fine. No, not necessary to say one side more, not necessary at all. See, because environment also leads to health problems. So that is also important. See, we are doing medical research for what? For protecting health, right? But environment is also important from health. So both should be equally important. I gave you the reason also why should be equally important. Yes, Channa?
Sir, for agree disagree essay,
Yes.
the chances are that we go with one-sided, whether we agree or do not agree.
We can go
If I
partial.
say,
We can say I agree with both. I agree. See, there are no two sides in an agree disagree essay. There's only one side. See, first of all, understand. Discuss में तो दो sides होती है ना. कुछ लोग ये कह रहे हैं, कुछ लोग ये कह रहे हैं, right? Some people
right,
believe this, other people. Now, if you take an agree disagree essay, there's only one side. वो ऐसे नहीं, वो दो बातें नहीं बोलेंगे, वो एक ही बात बोलेंगे. Either you agree with them or you disagree with them, or you agree with them. पूरी तरह agree नहीं करते हो. आप थोड़ी उनकी थोड़ी सी बात पे agree करते हो. Let's take his example. ठीक है. Let's take his example. Now he gave us a question. Now let's see that. So first of all, you understand there's only one side. One side says what? The government should spend more money on
research, medical research to protect
than
citizens' health,
than
environment.
environment. So more money on healthcare than environment. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
In a way. Okay, done. So now my opinion can be, while I agree that government should invest more in medical research. Agreed? I agree
Yeah.
with that. Okay. But I believe protecting the environment should not be neglected. The government should not stop protecting the environment, should also invest in protecting the environment. So मैं मान गया, I agree with your first half that the government should spend more money on what? Medical research. That part I agree with you. But I do not agree with the second half where you say that the government should not spend money on protecting the environment. I believe the government should also spend a lot of money on protecting the environment as well. Is it clear? So it's not like you are going one side. You can give a partial answer. Like एक बात है, एक बात पूरी उस पूरी बात के साथ एग्री करना जरूरी थोड़ी है. ठीक है, मेरी मेरी आधी बात भी तो पसंद आ सकती है, आधी गलत हो. Yeah,
Sir, agree. I got it. In this case, we cannot go with the one-sided. I mean,
we can,
chances are
we
that it
can, we
makes sense
can
to
if we
go with
want, but that would not be easy. Yeah, you'll not be able to make a good essay. So it's
agree.
better
But
to go
my
back.
so here doubt here I have is what will be I writing in the body paragraph 192 if I am
The body
agreeing for both.
paragraph one, you'll be writing, why should the government invest more money in medical research? Right? Clear?
Okay.
In the
Yes,
body
sir.
paragraph 2, you'll be writing why the government should not neglect the environment.
Oh, okay. I have to contribute, write both.
Both, because you said that, right? You said, okay, more money into medical research, but the government should not neglect what? Environment. Give me the reasons why the government should not neglect the environment. Give me the reasons why the government should invest more in medical research. So one paragraph for medical research, one paragraph for environment. Why
environment.
environment? Yes, because health also depends upon environment. It's such a good essay, easy essay. One of the
And
major,
in third,
yeah.
sorry to interrupt. In third paragraph, what will
But no, you
I
need to just make two. You can just make two. और किसी भी साइड के लिए दो बना दे, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. If you want to make, you can make two paragraphs for any one side, or you just make one paragraph each. Doesn't matter.
okay.
Okay. Increase the length a bit. 100 words for both the paragraphs. Around 200. Just try to cross 200 words in your body paragraphs. That should be your goal. Your body paragraph length should be above what? 200 words combined. If they're above 200, all's good. Doesn't matter two body paragraphs, 3 or 4.
So if I put it simply, irrespective of essay types, if I'm partially agreeing, I have to provide arguments for both the sides. One
Yes,
for
yes, yes.
yeah, got it, sir.
Yeah. But you
Thank you.
can completely agree as well. And then just
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Okay. But discuss में ऐसा नहीं है ना. Even if you're agreeing with one side, you have to discuss both the sides. ठीक है ना?
right,
You understand, right? And discuss. अगर मैं agree नहीं भी कर रहा हूँ second side के साथ, मेरे को उसके reasons देने ही पड़ेंगे. Because वो पूछा है.
right,
But in agree disagree, if you are completely agreeing, then you don't need to give any point for the second side or disagree के लिए. कोई points नहीं देने. Okay?
right. Yes,
Okay.
thank you, sir.
Any other questions, anyone?
So if we write like the first one is research purpose and the other one is about the protecting the environment, like
Yes.
in how we wrote in both sides essay, in my opinion, we can also write it here, na, the third paragraph, in my opinion, government should
No. But
invest in
our
both
opinion तो
these.
आ गया ना. देखो, what's our opinion? Read this part. What's your opinion?
So we are agreeing, like we are saying like research in medical is as important as protecting the environment.
कोई opinion है ना, फिर third paragraph कुछ और थोड़ी बनेगा. The whole essay is your explanation. पहले paragraph में हमने
Okay.
क्यों लिखा कि more money on health, दोनों पे. You said both are equally important, right?
Yes.
So first paragraph you'll say why medical research is important, right? And in the second
Yes, sir.
paragraph you'll say why protecting the environment is important. So third paragraph में क्या लिखना है वो तो लिख ही दिया. पहले पैराग्राफ में लिखा मेडिकल रिसर्च क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है, सेकंड में लिखा एनवायरनमेंट क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है. वही मेरा ओपिनियन है. मेरा ओपिनियन दोनों को सपोर्ट कर रहा है. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम राइटिंग टू पैराग्राफ्स. एंड अगर मैं एग्री कर लेता कंप्लीटली, मैं कहता हाँ मेडिकल रिसर्च पे खर्चो, किस पे मत खर्चो,
Environment पे.
तो फिर मेरे को एनवायरनमेंट पे एक भी बात नहीं लिखनी थी. वो सारा ऐसे किस पे याद.
Sir, I have doubt.
यस.
When agree disagree as one paragraph, I can write my opinion, and the second is another opinion. I am agreeing. Both in the balance, I can write.
Both the paragraphs are your opinion. See, I'll okay, just let's okay. So first case, I completely agree that government should invest more in medical research. Is it clear? That's my opinion. Is my opinion clear? Anyone has a doubt with my opinion? Can you see this? I'm sorry, is my internet working? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear.
Okay, can you see my opinion?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me whether I'm going to give any point about the environment, yes or no?
No.
No. Do you
No,
get that?
sir.
Because I am not
Yes.
talking, I agree with the first, I agree with the medical research. Why do I need to talk about the environment? All 2-3 paragraphs are going
Yes,
to be
sir.
why medical research, why medical research, why medical research. Is it clear?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If I go
All
part,
paragraph.
yeah, all paragraphs about medical research.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, if I go partial, I say, while I agree that government should spend more on medical research, government should not ignore the environment as well. Here, I'm going to give one paragraph why the government should spend more on medical research and one paragraph why the government should not ignore the environment. Because my opinion is like that. अब कोई थर्ड पैराग्राफ नहीं आएगा आपके ओपिनियन के लिए. ये आपका ही ओपिनियन है. आपने बोला कि मेडिकल रिसर्च पे भी खर्चना है और किसको इग्नोर नहीं मारना है, एनवायरनमेंट को. दैट्स व्हाट यू आर गिविंग द पॉइंट्स फॉर. व्हाई द गवर्नमेंट शुड इन्वेस्ट मोर इन मेडिकल रिसर्च, व्हाई द गवर्नमेंट शुड नॉट इग्नोर एनवायरनमेंट. किसी और का ओपिनियन नहीं डिस्कस कर रहे हैं फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड बीपी में. आप अपना ही ओपिनियन डिस्कस कर रहे हो. The whole agree disagree essay is your opinion. See, learn the difference. In a discuss essay, your opinion is just which paragraph? The third paragraph. Agreed?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
In the agree disagree essay, the whole essay is your,
Opinion.
the whole essay
Opinion.
is our opinion. You are not writing anything else. जो मेरा ओपिनियन है वो लिखना है, किसी और की तो बात करनी नहीं है. Is it clear? So, क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे देखो. What is it asking you? Do
Agree or disagree?
do who? Do?
Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah. So if I agree, why am I going to talk about somebody else? I don't care what they think. The examiner is not asking me to discuss somebody else's opinion. So I'm not going to talk about that. So there might be people who believes the government should spend in environment. I don't believe so. I believe the government should invest only in medical research. I'll give the reasons only for that. I don't believe the environment is important. So I'll agree. I'll not give anything about the environment if I write this essay. Now, I could be a partial person. I could say no partially, then I'll give both. Yes.
सर वहाँ पे कॉमा के बाद में गवर्नमेंट शुड नॉट आएगा ना?
Not I. You're right.
हाँ जी.
Quick, typos. Okay. That's why rereading is very important. Okay. Any other doubts? More type essays, you can go partial. I'd say go one-sided also if you want. It depends upon the essay type. It really depends upon the essay type. Okay.
Sir, another doubt apart from the essay writing.
Yes.
Uh, how it is I mean bands कैसे दिया जाता है if I'm not doing good in task 1 and but I'm doing very well in task 2,
The
will I
task
be able to
two,
get a book?
yes, you will still store good because the weightage of task 2 is double as task 1. So अगर task 1 की weightage 3 bands है, task 2 की weightage 6 bands है.
Okay.
So yeah, so task 1 if you don't do good, you'll still end up scoring. But I think Channa, task 1 is very easy. So task 1, I think you should do well. Don't worry about task 1. It goes well. It's an easy thing. Letter लिखना मुश्किल थोड़ी है. कुछ भी लिखे आओ. You can write anything in the letter. Write anything you want. Even that doesn't need to make. You can talk about anything that you want. You can make up stuff there in the letter. And we are born storytellers, right? हमें कहानियां बनानी तो आती हैं.
I'm lack of connectors, but I can make a
Connectors,
story.
don't worry about connectors. Just make any story up. You want to make any story, make. Just make. If it's an informal letter, it's so simple. We'll go there, we'll do this. How are you, friend? Um, I'm missing you, I love you, all that. You write that, and then you talk about something, and the end you end. Okay, I hope to see you soon, and you end the letter. That's it, done. If it's a formal letter, you go a bit formal, like dear sir, this is the problem, this is what's happening. Or you explain why you're writing a formal letter. So, and then you just end it up and you make anything like if it's about somebody okay, I booked a hotel for you at this place, the meeting is at this time, and all those things that you write in a formal letter. I think letters are really important.
Okay.
Okay. I believe the environment should not be overlooked. Should not be overlooked. Should not overlook नहीं आएगा, passive में आएगा. Environment को यहाँ इसमें तो subject बन गया environment. एनवायरनमेंट को नजरअंदाज नहीं करना चाहिए. किसको नहीं करना चाहिए? Environment should not be overlooked by the government. Okay, or the government should not overlook the environment. Okay. Government should invest in medical research, invest more in medical research. More भी आएगा. Invest more in medical research. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I know you might have other questions, but if I take your questions, तो फिर speaking file कल नहीं निकलेगी, वो एक दिन और लेट निकलेगी. तो वो आज लिखनी है मेरे को. ठीक है? So we'll talk tomorrow. Okay?
Sir, sir, final version of speaking, sir, is
वही
released or no?
वही तो लिखनी है ना. अभी तुम क्लास खत्म के बाद लिखनी शुरू कर रहा हूँ मैं. I have to write
Okay, sir.
about 9 cue cards. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
Okay?
तो मतलब सर कब तक हो जाएगी रिलीज?
जब मैं लिख पाऊंगा.
Okay.
मैं
Sir,
लिख
I have one question, sir. But is the Difference in computer delivered and sir writing.
There's no difference. Just you have to type. That's it. Just type or write. That's the
Sir,
difference.
it's means of typing speed भी अच्छी होनी चाहिए like for writing task
अच्छी
too.
नहीं होनी चाहिए, मतलब नॉर्मल स्पीड भी चलती है। ठीक
नॉर्मल
है,
स्पीड भी चलती है सर क्योंकि बिकॉज टाइम बाउंडेशन होती है ना सर।
टाइम फाउंडेशन है, पर पता है बहुत थोड़ा सा तो लिखना है, 300 वर्ड्स लिखने हैं in 30 minutes, in 40 minutes. It's very simple. Like 500 words. Every minute you have to write just 10 words. सारे लिख लेते हैं. And practice once or twice if you come to know.
या सर ना बिकॉज अभी रूल्स चेंज हो रहे हैं ना, हो गए ना सर, जैसे कि अब अगर आपको पेपर बेस देना है तो आपको फिर ब्लैक पेन यूज करना है।
I believe if your handwriting is bad, typing is a very good idea. Go for the
यस
exam.
सर। ओके सर, आई विल ट्राई सर।
Okay.
सर वो 22 फरवरी से अप्लाई है ना?
या
Yes.
22
22nd.
फरवरी से।
Yes.
यस
22nd February. Yes, you're right. Okay. Okay. See you.
Sir,
Yes.
sorry, sir. I have heard about it as if they cannot read your handwriting, just one word, they will leave your. I mean just one word. I mean, rest of your writing, they will leave and they will put your mark. I mean, they don't care about your writing. Is it right?
And writing does make at least half a band to 1 band difference. I've noticed that. So it does make a difference. Okay, but it's not like they're not going to check your notebook. So, but it will reduce your bands by half a band to 1 band. And writing does make a difference. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm in the bad handwriting category. Okay. So ask me. I think I scored 7.5 once and 8 once. I believe I could have scored 8.5 in writing if I had a good handwriting. So now I'm going to take the computer delivered one whenever I take it next. Whenever they give me a free voucher for the exam, I'll take it. Okay. So anyways, that's it. You're welcome. See you all
Thank you, sir.
tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.